Hello and welcome back. In this video, I want to spend some time talking about what I've discovered. I have seen like 437 marketers, and there's a number of them not making money, whether they tell you they are or not. And I'm going to give you a few reasons why I don't think they're being successful. And hopefully you can take some information from this and you can apply it to your own business. Maybe you'll notice or see some of what I'm going to share with you in your content or ideas, and you can make a change. Now, if you don't know, my name's Alston Godbolt, and I create these videos like we're just having a conversation. I am talking to my younger self. I've been in internet marketing, making money online for 10 years, and I've done a lot. And I've been, pretty successful. And so I feel like one of the ways that I can give back is I can talk to my younger self, give advice, and maybe you're able to grab some information from it. But let's talk about what I've learned after looking at all of these different marketers. Now, I've looked at marketers that are on YouTube and TikTok, all over the place. And so I feel like these are pretty common themes and something that I think you could take away from it. Number one, first and most importantly, are you creating content that would compel you to take action? This is really, really important, and I think a lot of people underestimate this. Would you buy from you? Okay, this is what I think a lot of people miss this. Would you buy from you? Because if you would not buy from you, chances are some random person on the internet wouldn't buy from you. What you've got to realize is that people love to buy stuff. We're all consumers. If you have the money to buy stuff, you're going to buy it, right? And even if you don't have the money, you're going to buy it. People want to buy stuff. And if they're not buying from you, then chances are they don't trust you. And if you're creating content that's not very good, it's not building trust. The hardest thing you can do is build trust, right? Think about in real life, not even on the internet. You meet somebody. You're walking down the street and you meet them. How long does it take you for you to trust them? Now, compound that, add on the layer of the internet. We know that there are a lot of scammers, people that are deceitful, liars on the internet. And so it takes that much longer to trust some random person on the internet. If you're not creating content that you would engage with, that you would like, that you would get value from, chances are high probability, nobody else is going to do that either. So what I would tell you to do is start creating content with the end viewer at mind. Don't just create content because that's what I'm telling you to do. Create content that actually solves a problem. And one of the other things that I've noticed is I think you can kind of tell when people are using AI scripts or AI YouTube video scripts, TikTok video scripts, is because the information is very surface level. And people can tell that. Most people that you are coming across, most people that are showing up, have already tried to do some sort of research. And they have that surface level information, right? So let me see if I can give you a good example. Maybe I'll come up with an example later. But one of the issues that I noticed is that you're just giving surface level basic information and then throwing your hands up in the air like this was the best piece of content ever. Most people, especially here on YouTube, have done extensive research into the problem. Because of AI, whether they're going to ChatGPT or they're getting an AI answer from their Google search, they've already done the basic. They already have that foundational knowledge. Which leads me to one of my another points is consumers are more educated now than they were 10 years ago. So if you really want to educate, you've got to go a little bit deeper. You've got to take that next step. And I think that is missing from a lot of marketers. A lot of marketers are playing from a playbook that was pre-AI. And that playbook that was pre-AI said, just kind of create basic surface level information and you'll get a bunch of followers. You'll be able to make money. But now, these days, everybody has access to AI in some form or fashion if they're on the internet. You've got to be able to go 2 or 3 levels deep to really show that you understand the pain points that they're going through. And I think that's missing. Another huge one is unrealistic expectations. A lot of marketers out there think that, hey, I'm going to create a video and I'm going to make money from it. That's not how it works. You've got to, I think one of the big issues is the content is really, really selfish. You're not making content for the person that's on the other side of the camera. You're making content for the person that's on the front of the camera, for yourself. And it's not even so much that you're creating content that you want to hear and want to see. You're creating content with the expectation that you're going to make a direct cash payment from the content that you're making. And that's why that I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people are struggling, is the content is so selfish. And consumers can feel that because they are highly aware of what's going on. There was another thing that I wanted to say, but I forgot. Anyway, I think it's really important going forward that you start making selfless content. One of the things that I learned growing up, one of the things that I learned as I was creating content is that you have to give with no expectation that you're going to get anything back. Give every single piece of information, knowledge, experience that you have in every one of your content so that people can make an informed decision. And I think that if you do that, you can be successful. I think another issue is that there's so much copycat information out there. There's zero originality. Now, you should model success, but then adapt it for yourself. But don't just make the same thing as everyone else. Because if you're making the same thing as everyone else, why should they buy from you and not that original person or other people? I see a lot, and one of the issues is that is coached. A lot of coaches out there are saying, hey, if you see something that's working, you just do it too. And I think that's wrong. I think that's terrible advice, and I think that's the wrong way to go. Because I'll use the analogy, if Burger King and McDonald's were the same, there would be no reason for someone to choose one or the other. They both sell hamburgers, but their business model is different. Their plan is different. Who they even target is different. So it's okay to see what's working, but it's really, really important to adapt what's working to make it unique. And the uniqueness can be a different target audience. One of the biggest factors of uniqueness is using your own knowledge and experience. Don't obviously tell someone else's story unless you have their permission and you have firsthand knowledge. But I think that's one of the issues that I'm seeing, especially on TikTok, is that everyone is creating the exact same content, and it makes it very difficult for someone that wants to buy. Again, we all want to buy stuff. It makes it very difficult for people to distinguish between A and B if A sounds exactly like B. And it gets to the point where A and B are using the same voice inflections and the same mannerisms. It's all exactly the same, and people are aware, right? I think a lot of marketers don't necessarily understand or think that the person that is coming to you has tried it before, has seen tons of videos. Again, these people are highly aware. They've seen tons of videos. They've tried it before. Chances are they've purchased something before. And if you're just making the exact same content, there's no differentiation whatsoever, it's going to be very challenging to stand out. I think one of the biggest issues is that people are still playing by an old playbook, showing screenshots, showing income proof or income claims. Trying to be an influencer is another challenge that I see. One of the problems that I personally have with people trying to be influencers is that influencing is a pendulum that swings back and forth. Right now, influencing is out of favor. Think about someone like the Kardashians. When's the last time you have seen or heard them? They were the biggest influencers. I also think one of the issues, a big issue, is trying to appeal to the masses, trying to appeal to everyone, trying to gather in as many people as possible. When you try and just gather as many people as possible and you're not talking to a specific audience, you wind up not talking to anyone. It's too broad, it's too general, and consumers feel that. They feel when you are speaking in generalities. What I would recommend that you do is talk to a specific group of people based on your knowledge, skills, and experience. So it's no longer, like, I'll give you a good example. People used to say in the make money online space, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, everyone said it. If you want to live the laptop lifestyle, broad, general, talking to a large group of people, then eventually it was like, hey, if you're a stay-at-home parent or if you're a single mama, that's better. But I think you can be even more granular, because even if you are more granular, you're still talking to tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. That granularity helps build a connection. It helps people feel like they're familiarity. It helps people feel like you really know them. And that's what's going to take. It takes people feeling like you are talking directly to them. And if you're creating general content, hey guys, hey besties, hey friends, I don't want to feel like a herd of cattle. I don't want to feel like a number in a herd of cattle. I want to feel like the person that I am speaking to is resonating with me, understands me, the problems that I'm going through, and actually knows how to solve those problems. And the first thing you got to do is show that you understand them. Show that you know exactly the problems that they're going through, and you can do that by speaking directly to them. Obviously, big one is going to be consistency and persistence. People are giving up way too soon. I think one of the issues is people are selling large dreams. They're selling huge dreams, like make $10,000. When it's the smaller, more attainable dreams and goals is what people are gravitating towards. Again, the moral of the story is a lot of people are playing off of an older, expired playbook that just doesn't work anymore. Again, for example, make $10,000 in 90 days with no knowledge, skills, and experience. That's a large ask and unattainable, especially if you have tried it before. That's the other component, is people have tried to make $10,000 in 90 days without knowledge, skills, and experience, and they realized it was really, really difficult. However, if you change the ask, if you adapt the goal so that it's smaller and more attainable, people will feel like they can actually achieve it. And if they feel like they can achieve it, they can do it. So instead of telling people that they can make 10K in 90 days without knowledge, skills, and experience, short-term goal. I'll help you make your first $100 this month. And then you can give them, and I think another issue that people are running into is at the very beginning, I think a lot of people want to try and do it themselves. They want to test the waters. They want to dip their toe in. So I think that you should be giving them things that they can try and do themselves to see if they can do it and help them win, actually help them succeed. In the past, and again, a lot of people are playing off of an older playbook. In the past, that first thing that you sold them was kind of like half-assed or half complete, where they needed the second, third, and fourth thing in order to find the success that they were looking for. I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty quick because I hear a lawnmower. But nowadays, because the customer is so savvy, the thing that you sell them must be complete. It must be a finished product as far as the goal. It doesn't have to be done per se. You can still be working on it, but it has to help them get where they want to go. It has to be, it can't be a feeder into the next thing, because it just turns people off. And again, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you sold them something where they needed that next thing to get more help. Now you need to sell them something that they will only come back to you either because it solved the original problem and now they've got a new problem, or they want to solve the problem quicker. Hopefully you understand what I mean and that makes sense. But you know, these are the issues that people are having. And I know because I bought a lot of stuff. I buy stuff because I find it interesting. I love the marketing aspect of this stuff. I watch a lot of videos. Another issue, and this is a more current issue, is that people just assume that AI is going to solve all their problems. But if you put shit in AI, you're going to get shit out. It's just going to look a little bit more polished, right? If you use an AI avatar, but you use a poor script, people can see that. AI has been around long enough, and it's expanded enough where people can recognize AI. They don't have a problem with AI per se. They don't hate AI or people using AI. They just hate it when it's not good. It's not done right. It's just thrown together. I think that's a huge issue that a lot of people are overlooking. AI is not going to solve all your problems. That human connection is still required, even if you're going to be faceless. The effort has to be there. You still need to work. And if you do, you can be successful. But if you think it's just going to be easy, you're going to continue to struggle, and you're going to say it doesn't work, and you're going to say it's all a scam. Tell me what you think in the comment section. But I think that access to information, the access to resources has created an even playing field, has reduced the competitive advantages. I said that in my last video. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.